Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, Vlogsters. I'm probably disheveled because climbing into bed with a bad knee is what a pain in my booty. Alexa, turn off bedroom lights. Good morning. Take your first sip of coffee with me. I'm really sorry if you have a digital device assistant that just shut off all your bedroom lights. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today I thought I would do cobblers while I give you a little bit of a medical update, maybe some story time. I don't know how far I'll get. But first I want you to not be concerned about me doing this and not concentrating. The 2 times that the meds got messed up, only one time was actually something that I did by not paying attention, but really my brain was in a whole nother place when I was battling depression of losing my brother. So forgive me for that. I'm okay. I did this, like I said, doled out medication perfectly. Mostly perfectly. I got all hundreds on my test, let's put it that way, for 15 years, so we're good. I am far away because Jimmy set the camera up so that you guys can see the cobblers this time, but they're kind of like, it's kind of low. I don't know. We tried to make it work out. But the coffee is very needed this morning. Forgive me if my hair's a mess because I can't see it in the camera. But the coffee is very needed this morning because I have been sleeping pretty good. The last night was not the best. It was okay. I had trouble falling to sleep. And then I had pain wake me up because, you know, when the meds run out, usually the pain kicks in. So speaking of pain, the first thing we'll start with is ibuprofen. Jim used to take ibuprofen every day at work or before he got to work. So what we've done instead now is start his day off with 2. He goes to bed at night with 3, but he starts his day off with 2 so that he can have a little bit of pain relief or like ease of muscles. Just that, you know, he's old. My dad used to start every day with ibuprofen, and but he also used to have, before there was ibuprofen regular over the counter, he used to start every day with aspirin, and then, you know, he found out that aspirin is good for you, not so good for you, we don't know. Everybody has different ideas. Let me try this. Alexa, can you turn on Jerry's bed light at 10%? Alexa, can you make Jerry's bed light 50%? Maybe that'll help. It might be better. And then I take more ibuprofen at night than Jim does. So
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Today seems like it's going to be a really nice weather day. So that could be partly why I'm in a little less pain this morning than I have been. It also could be that maybe I found the formula. So here's what's been going on. I'll tell you guys. I called all the doctors and stuff. If you watched the vlog last week that I was scared of going to the doctor and I should just suck it up and go. It's not just scared. You know, I do get white coat syndrome for sure. But I know that I have to take care of the things or else the things won't get better and the things could get worse. Not only do they not get better, but they could get worse. But part of it is this dance of insurance and having not money to pay the other parts of having insurance. If that makes any sense, did that even come out right? Basically, I called my insurance company to see if I needed a referral. So here's the story if you haven't heard this before. I started seeing a new primary care physician last September. She's absolutely amazing. So if you're in the area, Dr. Zog, J-O-A-G, Dr. Zog, is absolutely fantastic. I love her. She's like, I don't know. She was sent down here for me. She is so personable. She's so smart. Just so many things. So I saw her in September. I had just gotten back from the funeral. But I was still in kind of shock, I think. I was in a lot of shock, actually. I still, sometimes it's very disbelieving. So, we also get some ibuprofen in the morning. That's what I just did. I get Jim's 2 in the morning, and I get 3 in the morning. 600 milligrams to start my day. I don't normally. This is just since the leg pain. So, then I go back to the night meds, and we do all the night meds. We divvy them up. Because most of the meds we get at night are the same. Jim and I get all the same things except a few different prescriptions. So, I called the insurance company to see if I need a prior authorization for an orthopedist. Because I figured, okay, I'll have to see an orthopedist. And I waited on that phone, made a couple of different bounce arounds. It was good, though. I finally got somebody. And they told me no, which was great. So I looked up an orthopedist, and I can go 120 miles east, or I can go 120 miles west. Yeah, exactly. And they're both on the interstate. So there's not even an orthopedist that accepts my insurance in, like, Columbia, where I get my eye surgery. It's so weird. To me, it's just weird because it's a new insurance company, and I get that. It's really inexpensive with really good coverage. So obviously, and I don't mean good coverage like anybody takes it, but we have like very, very minimum co-payments. We have almost no co-payments when it comes to medicines. Some have like, I have one medicine it costs $10. Everything else Jim and I get is zero copay for the prescriptions. And like, it's good that way. And it's good for us because money, like, it's what we do. We don't know. It's not even before Jim wasn't working. We never know, like, we can't get tied into an insurance plan that's going to cost a couple $100 a month because, we never know from month to month what's going to happen. So I called her. I feel like I want to tell you the story, like concentrate on the story because it's kind of like, so I looked up at orthopedist. There's one there and there's one there. Jim does not drive far. First of all, Jim driving to Columbia, if you look it up on a map from Raleigh to Columbia, is the furthest he's ever driven. He actually hasn't driven from Raleigh to Columbia. He's driven from Columbia home. Is the furthest he's ever driven in one stretch. I mean, if you add up the miles he did in New York, that's different, but is the furthest he did in one stretch. So he's never driven into the city or to Springfield. Springfield's a city too, but he's never driven to St. Louis or Springfield. He has driven on the interstate, but only like 1 to 2 exits at the most. I think, actually, he might have only driven to St. James. He might have only ever driven to St. James, which is actually, well, that would be 2 exits, because if he gets on here, that's really 3 exits. But basically 5 or 10 miles on the interstate. He does have an issue driving next to the big rigs with the minivan. So there is that. I understand. A lot of people do. But a lot of people do and still do it. So he has a little bit of his fears he lets get in his way, which I understand. I'm not mad at it. It is what it is, right? So I myself tried to drive the other day. I did drive the other day. I didn't try to drive the other day. And it really was just going to the Walmart and to Aldi, and then we were going to get something to eat. And I said, I don't think I can drive to get something to eat. It was just too much. Now, I'll tell you, I drove right after my knee surgery. When I had my surgery on my knee, Jim drove to the first 2 physical therapy appointments, and then I drove the rest of the time. I was doing physical therapy for 14 weeks, and I drove all the time. So I was able to do that, and how I described it to Lisa was, I don't know if it's because I was thinner or in better shape. And I wasn't really. I weighed the same. I might have been in better shape at the time because, you know, that's how age works. But, you know, when you put your foot down and you can just do this to the brake, to the gas, to the brake, to the gas, it didn't really require my knee movement. But doing this right now is not great. So driving myself, this is where I was coming to. Driving myself to my appointment does not seem possible. So I feel like as I was talking to her that I'm like, oh, I'm just making all these excuses of why I can't go to the doctor. So then we thought the next solution was to go see my primary. So I put a phone call in that the insurance that I have is only in network only. Basically, they won't cover anything out of network, $0. So I put a phone call into the clinic to find out how much it would cost to pay out of pocket without insurance. They sent me through to 2 different numbers that I waited on hold and called these people to find out that they told me I have to call the office. And I said to the lady, I was like, well, the office told me I have to call you. So she said, well, call the office. By this time, the actual office was closed because it was all day on the phone. And the office closed at 3 o'clock that day. And this was like 4:30 already. So, sorry, I'm just trying to find one thing. Can't find it. There it is. So, I was going to say to make a long story short, but really it's just a long story. So I have to call Monday because this was, actually this was Thursday, but they don't have Friday office hours. So I have to call and talk to an office manager about what it would cost me to see my doctor out of pocket. Because I think that now I could take an e-med. They specifically have criteria of illnesses that you can see her on e-med for. E-med costs $35 for the visit. So there is that, but knee pain isn't on there. Back pain is, and then like sore throat and those kinds of typical kind of like everyday cold type situations, they're on there. But knee pain isn't, which makes sense because how do you FaceTime with your knee if you can't stand up or whatever? I don't really know. But I figured that if I can get into her office to see her, that perhaps a couple of things could happen. First of all, she could give me pain management. Perhaps like, I don't know, a pain injection or like, I don't know. I really don't know what she can do. But for sure, I'm sure she can order tests. And if I get the tests done here, as opposed to going all the way out there and getting tests done, that would probably save me time and money. So I would like to do that. I will tell you that I'm still bearing weight on it. Some days are definitely worse than others. Should I have my earbuds in? Do earbuds help or make it worse? I can't ever figure it out. Yeah, I found them. Let me put earbuds in. I feel like they help sometimes because I feel like I'm shouting. So, got that. Oh, here. So, we both take stool softener. What I've done so far without telling you is we both take melatonin. We've been both taking St. John's wort really since the pandemic. I used to take it since I met him. But we've both been taking it since the pandemic. I think everything else is daytime except for the things I'm about to do next. Yeah. So anyway, I figure if I can get those initial tests out of the way and find out what I need to do, like, is it a tear? Do I need a brace? Is it like just rest and ice and medication? Is it physical therapy? Like, she might be able to do that without me seeing an orthopedist. I also have other stuff going on, so I'll tell you about that here in a minute. The the initial complaint that I had was like that the pain was in my calf. It moved up to my knee, and radiated up to my back. Well, my back no longer hurts. It hurts like an old lady's back. It hurts when it's like uncomfortable when I sit too long, or if I haven't bent over in a while, like stretch the muscles out. This has been happening all day. I have to see if this is a side effect of medication, but my mouth is itchy. Do you know how like when you're going to get a fever blister, it kind of feels like itchy? But it's been doing this for 48 hours. I gotta look up the side effects. Jim takes fish oil, omega-3 mini, 1,000 milligram fish oil. These are really good. These are lemon scented, and they're minis. So he takes those twice a day. He takes one in the morning and one at night, which is nice because the fish oil used to be humongous. Jim also takes like a Singulair at night for his asthma allergy, breathing issues. And that has been really helping a lot. He's been doing really well. He's been sleeping really well, but you know, he's had a lot less stress not working. Social anxieties, and it's funny because he has different types of social anxieties than a lot of people. Like, he has no problem going into the stores, being around. He doesn't like being around huge groups of people, but he doesn't mind being around large groups of people. He like that, you know. It's just when he's working and he's trying to be in that more intimate social situation, that's what he actually has problems with. So I don't really know what that makes him, an introvert, an extrovert. I don't know how this stuff goes, but I'm taking my Cymbalta. So I'm prescribed Cymbalta for depression, but it also is helping with the neuropathy pain. Basically, whether it's fibromyalgia or neuropathy from my diabetes, it definitely, I don't even feel it anymore. And I actually said to Lisa as a thing, she asked me what milligrams I was taking, and I told her, and I said, honestly, what I feel, she's like, that's not helping. And I was like, yeah, that helps. And that's the thing I'm thinking. I'm actually thinking that I'm thinking that I did that. Like, I need the pain from my fibromyalgia to not wear my joints out. If that makes any sense. Hopefully that makes sense. I did actually just put these in Jim's pill container, but that was really my stupidity. I usually put it's dumb, but usually I put my pill container closer to me and his like this. This is usually his, this is mine, but I never switch them around when I put his fish oil in, so forgive me. But I caught it. People make mistakes. Even perfect people make mistakes. No perfect people in this world. Okay. Yeah, that was his cinnamon. Now I gotta do my cinnamon. So we take different cinnamon. I was gifted this Cinnalin. It's from Costco. I love it. It's amazing. It is also got other things in it that help reduce your blood sugar. So I used to take cinnamon, 500 milligrams of cinnamon to help me reduce my blood sugar. Oh God, it's so itchy. I'm so sorry. I'm not wiping anything. I just use the fabric to scratch the skin. Do you guys do that? Gosh darn it. Anyway, so it's from Costco. It was gifted to me by my beautiful friend. It's by True Nature is one word. It contains vitamin D3. It is with extracts of cinnamon. I feel like it also had magnesium in it. For some reason, I feel like I read the story that it has magnesium in it. Oh, chromium. That's what it is. It's got chromium in it. Which is supposed to aid in also the things that you're missing when you're diabetic. Now, I recently just got over what I thought was like a urinary tract infection. So it was suggested that I take cranberries every day. I have to look at the serving. I think there's probably one pill. Because the Azo cranberry is actually 2 pills every day. So let me see what this is. 180 capsule dietary supplement. One caplet, okay. So, she also gave me this this, my beautiful friend Kay also gave me this as well. Thank you, sweetheart. She's really been, I mean, I'm not being facetious or sarcastic. She's really been sent from above. She's, okay. So, I have to try to call the office on Monday. But Monday's a holiday, so now I have to try to call the office on Tuesday to talk to the office manager to find out what it would be for an out-of-network appointment. Basically, out of pocket. What do I have to pay to see the doctor out of pocket? Now, the doctor's really good about messaging, or the doctor's office is really good about messaging, but that goes to the nurse, not to the office manager. So that's just for Jim. This is just for Jim. I'm just separating stuff that we don't share. Like, we both have different kinds of multivitamins. Okay. So, I was going to say we'll see, but we'll see what the next thing is. And I think what I was telling you last, before I got distracted by the putting the wrong pills in the wrong thing, was about my pain. And I'm trying to find that balance, because it is possible that I have to live with this pain indefinitely. Who knows, you know? So I'm trying to find that balance of, like, whether diet, rest, exercise. The diet and exercise part is kind of like kicking my butt. It's the part that I'm not really 100% sure about. We're getting E today, so I should have waited to do this then, huh? Okay. Jerry, you switched the pill containers, okay? So you're going to put Jim's in the bottom. Thanks. Okay, just telling myself. What I'm finding is doing things, whether or not they're the right things, wrong things, or how gently I'm doing them, doing things is bad for me at most of the time. Is that Jim? Let me see if that's Jim calling. Hang on. Oh. Man, I just wrecked the whole house. Guys, hang on a second. Did you just call me? Okay. Do they have the other keto cookies? Yeah, I don't want them. I just meant you found those, like you found where they would be. Okay, yeah, because the snickerdoodles rock. That's why. Yeah, you know what, Jimmy? Are we gonna bake today, or you don't know? Now you're tired. Okay, so then don't even bother getting me the cookies then. Okay, thanks, love. I don't know why the iPad didn't ring, but I saw that a message come down on the thing, and it looked like it was a phone call, so. All right, do you need me anymore? All right, I love you. I'll watch out to see if you call again, okay? All right, bye. Sorry about that. I'm going to leave this here just in case. All right, hold on, let me see where I was. I just finished his multivitamin. Okay. So, we both take B12. I was told a while ago that if you take metformin, you should take B12 for energy. I know supplements aren't for, like, a lot of doctors really believe in supplements. A lot of doctors really believe that because they're not regulated, they're, you know, I don't know. Some doctors kind of feel like it's witchcraft, but I believe in supplements. So, my dad was overweight his whole life and lived to be a nice ripe age of 71, and actually got hurt, like passed away because he actually had an injury. And he took supplements every day. My dad took like thousands of milligrams of vitamin C, and he never got a cold. And I was sick all the time. His children were sick all the time. Okay. We both take D3. I know this D3 in my Insulin. So I just take one, which is 25 micrograms, which is just a little tiny one. But Jimmy takes two because the doctor wants him to increase his. Basically, when we got our blood work back, the doctor said, whatever you're doing, your vitamin D is good. So I said, okay. I drink milk and I take vitamin D. She said, turned to Jim and said, whatever she's doing, you do it too. So I said, okay. Jim takes echinacea every day, or Shinakia. Been taking it for a long time. Is this mine? That's his. Okay, so I can close my container. I don't think we have any more medicines that we take together. This is just his now. So that's good. This way I won't get confused. Jim takes niacin. It says metabolism support, which I never realized he did that. It used to say heart health. Believe it or not. Now it says metabolism support. Niacin and vitamin B12 is essential for healthy energy metabolism. Huh. That I did not know. Why am I not taking that? And then the last thing he takes is fenofibrate. Basically cholesterol medicine. Okie dokie schmoky. Okay. Now I will do one thing real quick with my pills. I just want to run my fingers over, make sure they're all closed. I've got this beautiful gift of this cranberries, but the box is huge. Bottle is huge. I'm sorry. I was trying to think if I could move it into a smaller bottle. No, I think I'm just going to have to make it work. Aha, I did forget something. My daily laxative. My beautiful friend also gifted me Dulcolax. Well, it's really funny because to her, it's like, well, whatever I can get you to save you money on by buying it for you, which I appreciate so much. But to me, I'm like, but it's a full price name brand. I'm weird that way. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12. I switch them. I feel like I've mentioned this before. I take one on 10, 11, 12. I take one on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I take two on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'm just trying to figure out the pills. So that's what I'd like to do is put one every day. And then put two on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Did I add one? There's 6 in that row. Oh, there's only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. Good job, Jack. I do have this that I was just looking at, and I was wondering if I just sit here and pop them all into this. Just want to make sure it's the same medicine. Let's see. Yep, 5 milligrams of bisocodyl. I think that's how I would say it. It's the same. So that's the same. So I'll just put this in here. I might do that. I don't know. Let's see. Right now, I'm just grateful that I have it. I'm grateful for her. I'm grateful for you. So more story time. All right. So we talked about what's happening. We talked about the pain reduction. What else did we forget to talk about? We talked about how I'm in a lot less pain, but I'm still in a lot of pain. I'm using my walker. I'm still using my walker, which is important. I am learning how to use my walker. And what I mean by that is, and I'll tell you, after I had my knee surgery, I used my walker in a certain way. And what I'm finding is that this particular injury, whatever it is, or this particular knee problem that I have right now, I'm needing to use my walker a very different way. I'm actually needing to lock my knee. What I was telling Lisa, I need to actually lock my knee, and my right knee and my bad leg needs to be totally straight with the knee locked before I can bear any weight on it. Any slight bend to it just is excruciating. And I'll actually I know I'm a mess. So I'm learning to give myself like grace of if I have an accident or something, like just deal with it. Allow yourself to make mistakes, I guess is really what that is. Allow yourself to make mistakes. I'm only human. I only can do what I can do, that type of thing. That's important. We have to tell ourselves that on a regular basis. I was raised Catholic, and what we used to say all the time was there's only one perfect man that walked on this planet, and he fell 3 times. Because in the Catholic, I don't know if it's in the Catholic Catechism or in the Catholic Bible. I feel like it's in the Catholic Bible. Jesus, when he was carrying the cross, fell 3 times. And I found out later on that I don't know that everybody knows that. I don't think that's in everybody's story. So, ta-da. Okay, let me just put that here. Put this here. Okay. Avalanche. Okay. Right. Okay. If I could ever reel a story in, that'd be so great. If I could ever figure out, like, keep it together, that'd be so great. I don't know where I was going or where I was coming from. Nope, I don't. Okay. It's no big deal. We'll figure it out later. Anyway, so no perfect person. Allow yourself grace. If I hurt myself, I try. The fact that I'm getting up every day, I'm ambulating myself, I'm getting to the bathroom by myself. I did say that there's usually twice a day where I need gym, unless I'm on the couch, because I really do need help getting off the couch because there's nothing for me to grab onto. Everything's mobile. I tried to take the coffee table that's in front of us and put like the ottoman, the couch, the ottoman, the coffee table. So if I pull it, my brain was saying if I pull on the coffee table for support, it'll push the ottoman into the couch and that will work. Except the problem is it doesn't. It just pivots the coffee table. It pulls the coffee table on my side and pushes it up on Jim's. So I do need help getting off the couch because it's kind of low. And in the morning, sometimes first thing in the morning, but mostly at night before bed, I'm exhausted and I don't have any strength left to get off like the toilet. And he comes in and he stands in the bathtub and helps me, pulls me forward. But for the most part, I get up from the toilet every day by myself. I've learned, again, how to do it. So the first time I asked him to help me off by standing in the tub, it's so stupid. I know it sounds so simple, but he exposed the tub edge. And then I realized that if I scooch really far to the front of the toilet, I can use the tub edge to pull myself forward. Sometimes it hurts, I won't lie, because my knee doesn't know where it needs to be to support me in this adventure of getting up. So sometimes it does hurt, but for the most part, it's working. I hate that he's having to do so much for me, and yesterday was kind of a bittersweet. I don't know if any of you joined his live stream or have seen his live stream since, but yesterday he woke up and he said, "What did you have plans for today?" I said, "I didn't have any plans. I always rely on you." And he goes, "Well, what did you want to accomplish?" And I told him I would like to accomplish this. And I was saying that I would really wanted to take the furniture out. I was thinking, like, because of my mobility issues, if he just took that cabinet that was right in front of the sliding glass doors and put it right out of the sliding glass doors, I could take the office chair on wheels and I could spray paint that out there. And he got like, "Why do you want to spray paint it?" Because he couldn't remember what we were doing with it. So I started to go into details of everything, and it overwhelmed him. So I said, "I'm so sorry. I never would have gone into details. You asked me. I was just trying to remind you. I thought, we had already talked about all this, but you didn't remember, which is fine." So it's just a lot of like, what we're dealing with now is because his physical and stress levels are down so much. I'm trying not to trigger his like his ADD or his learning disability. I'm trying not to like trigger that. So I basically said, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to overwhelm you. So I just was answering your question. I don't want to," I'm like, I said we would leave it up to you, but then you asked me what I wanted to accomplish. So that's what I was saying. If you were turning to me to say, "What do you want to do?" then that's what I want to do. But if you want to do something different, obviously that's fine too. So he's like, "Well, I really wanted to clean the bathroom." And I said, "Okay, so in the bathroom, it needs to be cleaned and we need to purge." He goes, "I really want to do the bathroom," is what he said. So I said, "Oh, okay, clean it or purge it." He's like, "Clean it. I have to clean it. It's just too much now." And I was like, "Oh, that's okay." In my brain, when you said you wanted to clean it, house cleaning is on Monday, like we told you, the schedule that we created. So the house cleaning is on Monday. So I just figured that, I don't know why I just slipped it in the Monday slot. So I wasn't sure if you meant purging it. And I was like, I just needed to know if we want to purge it now so I can plan my day of like, well, if I have to walk to the bathroom and sit there for an extended period of time purging it, then I really can't do X, Y, and Z, like plan out my steps, basically. So then he got upset again, and I was like, "No, honey, go clean the bathroom." I wasn't trying to say, like, you should purge it first. I was just telling you that's what my brain went. My brain went and categorized it like this. I said, sometimes my ADD and your ADD just collide. Sometimes they work perfectly in sync, but a lot of times they just collide. So I said, "No, go ahead, clean the bathroom." Well, let me tell you something, ladies. Here's what you may not know about me. And I said ladies, and I know there could be some gentlemen out there, so I didn't mean to be sexist or non-binds or whatever. I'm going to move these pillows because I think I'm going to pull you guys closer. Yeah. Alexa, turn off bedroom lights. Sorry if I just triggered her in your house again. Let's see. My hair look okay? Good. Okay. So the bathroom has been my thing. It was my very first job when I was little. And I was really, really little, and I got out of it a few times. And I don't even think on purpose. I think just like I was flighty and it had ADD and got into other things. And my mom just didn't have the patience to wait 5 hours for me to clean the bathroom. But it has really become important to me to have a clean bathroom. She told me when I was like a teenager, and she could have been one of these made up Katie philosophies that just stuck, that makes no sense at all to anybody but us. I mean, it could be. But she said, because we had a lot of people in a small house with a lot of things. And she said to me, no matter how messy your house is, if your toilet is clean, people will just think you're unorganized and not a slob. And I was like, bingo. That makes 100% perfect sense. I don't know if it was just something she saw in someone else's house, or if somebody said something to her in her house, or about her, or whatever. But or passed down from her mom. Maybe her mom taught her that. And that has stuck with me ever since. Well, you can imagine, I haven't been able to clean my bathroom. Now, I want to oh, that's Jim again. Hold on a second. It's not coming through on here, which is weird. I'm just going to sorry, guys. So, that's Jim. He's just giving me an updated report. The phone calls aren't coming through the iPad. It was so weird. I don't know why. Anyhow. This is full disclosure. I cleaned the bathroom super duper before my party in July. Don't get grossed out. I'm telling you honestly. I kept my bathroom clean, like, 'cause that's what I do. Like, I don't know, every other day I wipe out the sink. Every day I wipe down the toilet. That's just, to me, is just good hygiene. I mean, it's not even like cleaning the bathroom. It's like good hygiene. I rinsed the tub lately. I've been rinsing the tub after someone takes a shower. It's just easier than doing the whole tub thing. So it's not like my bathroom was disgusting. When I came back from Texas, and I was depressed because my family, I felt like, had attacked me. And now in the grand scheme of things, that's a bunch of bullshit. I'm not, oh, excuse my language. I'm so sorry. That's a bunch of baloney. That's not even necessary. It's not even big in this grand scheme of things in the world. But then my brother died, and I managed to wipe the sink out maybe once a week, and I managed to wipe the toilet off maybe once a week, or when it looked dirty. Like, you know what I mean? It just, I didn't do any deep cleaning. I didn't even want to take a shower, never mind clean the tub. So it was just like a lot, and it had gotten to the point where it was bad. And then just about like the time the depression lifts, I hurt myself. And it's like, I don't know if this is a test for me, or maybe it's a test for Jim. Like, I heard this really good philosophy about being tested from the Bible. Some people feel like it's a test to give into the sin. So like, it was basically a conservative Christian versus a Christian in America versus an American Christian, let's put it that way. So an American Christian has this dislike for homosexuality and says that the homosexual is being tested by sinning, and then the Christian in America says, well, what if the test is actually on you? And they're like, what do you mean? And it's like, well, Jesus did say, treat others as you want to be treated. Love is the most important thing, and you're not really doing that, and maybe the test is on you and you're failing. So it was kind of like really cool like that. But then I was thinking along the lines of me and Jim, I was thinking, is this a test for me to have, I don't know, fortitude, patience with myself, courage, all of these things that I'm having to go through? Or is this a test for Jim? Is this a test for Jim to see what he can do and how it really does make him feel? It's kind of crazy. It makes him feel joyous. Like, there's times where it's annoying, or he'd be in the middle of something that's for himself, and if I call him, he'll just be frustrated. But there are times when he'll come out to help me, and he'll just look like, yeah, babe, what's up? What do you need? You know? Because I know in his heart, he has a heart for service. That's why he's always had customer service jobs. He, as much as he says he hates people, he's always had customer service jobs and always been fantastic at them. And he does have such a heart for service. And even the way he takes care of me and Mom, even when he was working, the things that he would do for us, you just knew, you just knew that this was his calling. Besides the animals, this is his calling. So you see the joy that it brings him to actually be able to help out, which I love. So he cleaned the bathroom so amazingly. I wept. And I'm going to cry again just thinking about it. First of all, he broke cardinal rule of living in this house, and he lit up all the air fresheners. He did a wallflower plug-in, plus put on a new candle, plus sprayed something. I went in there and I just wept because it showed me the love. Because for 21 years, barring an incident here or there when I wasn't home, he's never had to clean the bathroom. And we joke about it when he's like, when he thinks I don't do anything. You know, he's like, oh, you never do anything around here? Like when we get into fights or whatever about that. And I'll be like, when was the last time you cleaned the toilet? Like when you had to clean the toilet, I should say. When was the last time you had to clean the toilet? Like you think things just magically get done around here kind of thing. But I wept because I felt the love. He knew it was important to me to clean it and how I like it clean and how I like it decorated and how I like it set up. It was amazing. It was amazing. It smelled amazing. It still smells amazing. I get emotional just going in there now because the smell is now a new sense memory. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to him. I actually said to Lisa yesterday, I said, you know, I've always found the silver lining. I am the eternal optimist. Almost always. And I said, the silver lining in this crappy situation is he's home now. If I had this knee issue and he wasn't home, I don't know what I would do. I might get stuck on the toilet for hours. I might hurt myself more by getting off by myself. Now I can, but but at the time I couldn't. I went from being able to ambulate myself pretty well to it getting worse and worse with the pain and less mobile. Like I'm just, now I'm back up on the upswing where I'm becoming more and more independent with moving because I'm learning how to do it by myself. But I was like, if I had to go through this, I would probably not be able to cook for myself. I would probably be eating like a lot of processed food instead of like real food, just because they're easy, they're convenient, they're there. It's just, that's the silver lining. And I said to Lisa for the first time, like in a long time, I was like, but I will tell you, I can see the shitty gray cloud. Excuse my language again, but this is what I said to her. I can see the shitty gray cloud now under that silver lining, which I normally don't see. I don't see it. I make myself not see it. But this time of him not working was supposed to be for us to do all these things that I cannot do right now. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It makes me want to cry every time I think about it. We are getting things done. We're not getting things done at this pace, which we need to, but we still have the entire month of June. We have our June rent paid. We won't know if we need any income until like, we'll know around the 13th if we need, how much money we'll need to make July's bills. Sorry. We have all of June's bills paid. Which aren't a lot. We did a lot of like pay down your debt when we got stimulus money. The last stimulus check, which we got, Jim and I paid down our debt a lot because I wasn't making as much money on YouTube. So we knew that if we cut down our monthly expenses, then we would be able to survive a little bit longer. So that last stimulus, we got the $2,800 was, because we get $1,400 each, was a big pay down your debt thing. So our monthly bills aren't as much. Our rent is pretty high, and our rent covers food, utilities, TV, housing, cable. Well, we don't have cable, but streaming service, internet, like that. But we'll know in a couple of weeks what we're both going to be making on YouTube, so we can decide how far or what we need to do for July. So that's really where we're at. I mean, yes, we have like $12 in the bank right now, and I don't want money and I don't need money. That's what I was trying to say. We have $12 in the bank right now, but we are doing really well because our grocery budget comes out of the rent. We have food, we have money, like we have credit cards if we need. I mean, it's not like a big deal. A lot of them are paid off and they have like good balances. I mean, zero balances and stuff. But I just think like it's one of those things you'd be like, ugh, yes, I have $10 in the bank, but I'm wealthy. Like I have everything. And that's really what this lesson was about. It wasn't about telling you I have $10 in the bank because I don't have $10 in the bank. That was an exaggeration. But that's what I'm trying to say. I have $10 in the bank, but I feel very blessed and I feel very I feel very, very wealthy because I have so many other things. Round back to my health, so I will tell you the rest. So I no longer have the pain in my calf or the pain in my hip. Is there sometimes, if I walk a certain way, sometimes it'll just like pop. I think that's just like regular old lady pain. That's not anything extra. The pain in my knee is really bad. That it's really, I could have pain everywhere and I wouldn't know. But the first time I tried to get off the toilet by myself without Jim's help, but before I learned how to use the tub, I pulled a muscle. I said the way I described it to Lisa was, and Sharon actually, it feels like the muscle has just, the muscle has just come off my like rib. That's what it feels like. It's just, now I don't have, if I have a hernia, it's really small. I can't feel it or anything because hernias you could sometimes feel. So if I do have a tear or something, then it's real small that I can't feel it. Nothing's protruding, but it's just hurts. Now it doesn't hurt all the time. It's sore when I take a deep breath, but it doesn't hurt when I take a deep breath. What hurts is, it's kind of funny. If I get startled, you know that like, I'm going to push on it. So it does hurt when I push on it anyway, but you know that hurts. And then what happens is I do that because I got startled and it hurts and then it startles me. And then I do it again and it hurts more. It's not a vicious cycle. It ends usually there, but I'm like, so anyhow, anywho, I digress. But my bladder has gotten better, which is great. I'm very excited about that. I did have an accident yesterday morning. I woke up with urgency, like, which I think it was just how much I drank the day before kind of situation. It was 4 o'clock in the morning and I woke up and I like couldn't get out of bed fast enough because that first time you're getting out of bed in the morning, it's so slow going. And I walked as fast as I could and I just didn't make it to the bathroom. So I unfortunately had to wake up my husband and just say, babe, I'm so sorry. We did a quick 4 o'clock in the morning cleanup. And then when we woke up, we cleaned up everything. And I think that was really the motivation for him for him wanting to really deep clean the bathroom yesterday. One medication that I was taking turned my urine really orange. And this is the second accident that I've had since I hurt my knee. The first time it looked like orange soda. I was like poured orange soda all over the floor. And it stains your skin yellow. So I was like, then I was having to like get cleaned up. And we talked about how to get in and out of the shower. And we're talking about how to get in and out of the shower. Mom said, Mom has a walk-in shower. She's like, you can come use my shower. And I'm like, yeah, but then I can't really stand the whole time either. So it's kind of like these sponge baths I'm doing right now is really much it right now. And then we came up with a little solution yesterday. I did find a transfer seat. However, to be honest with you, when I don't need it, I don't know where I'll put it. I don't have storage. I don't have any place. So I don't want to buy it just for this period of time. What I said to Jim was if I sit on the edge of the tub facing the bathroom and we wash my hair and wash my back, then I can swing my legs in because I have a hose. So I was like, if I swing my legs in the tub, then I can wash my front and we'll have like probably minimal water on the floor. And then at the very end, you help me stand up, and then I can do like the things that I was sitting on and then get out of the tub the same way. Wipe the tub down and then sit on it and then pivot out. I said, if we try that and it works without too much headache, then I'll save myself the $90 of getting the transfer seat. Yes, not all transfer seats are $90, I'm sorry, but ones that hold my weight are. So that's what I was just going to say. Yay. I know, I just meant saying that because sometimes in the comments, people like, oh, I got my transfer seat for $40, but I am over the weight max on normal transfer seats. Let's just leave it at that. Speaking of weight, I wanted to get weighed. I said to him, I'm like, there is a lot of swelling, not fluid retention. Like it's soft, like you don't poke it and it's not like edema, but there's a lot of swelling around my knee. I said to him, I said, I'd really like to get weighed because my eating habits haven't changed. My moving habits, it's funny because my moving habits have changed, but really have changed almost for the better because I'm moving more intensely. Yes, intensely, but intensely. Like I'm holding my core because I have to hold my core or else I can put pressure on my knee, and I'm tensing my muscles and I'm like intense. I'm just like moving, and I'm like, yes, I'm moving less, but I'm moving more with purpose. So I feel like it was the difference between like aerobics and Pilates. When you do Pilates, you don't do it for a very long time, but you just work intensely. When you do yoga, not yoga, when you do aerobics, then you like move for a long time. So I felt like that was the difference. So I said, I wanted to weigh myself because I just really want to see how much I'm swollen. I do. Now I will tell you, this was, my bowels aren't going normal either because I'm not moving as normally, but I'm also trying to eat not to justify, but to rectify that situation. So I said I could very well be holding on to a 2-pound things in my digestive system. But when he weighed me, I was like 5 pounds. I had to do math, sorry. I was 5 pounds more than I was. Now I'm a big girl. So when they talk about water weight, that's all it's also a matter of perspective too. Or respective, really, actually. If you have more skin than, say that's perfect example. If you have more skin to sweat out more water, I don't know what I'm saying, to hold on more water. If you have more surface area to hold in more water, if you have more, 5 pounds of water weight to me is like peeing almost. But anyway, so yeah, I was like, oh, that's a lot. And I was like, oh, that's a lot. I said, maybe if it's a 2-pound poop, then it's 3 pounds of water retention. But either way, that's a lot of swelling. So I've been trying to have Jim weigh me once a week. I tell you, Jim weighs me because I can't see the scale. Somebody had suggested you can get one of those scales with the big thing up here. Sure, I'm going to spend $500 on a scale instead of asking my husband to come over and read it. People are crazy. But anyhow, I probably have to wrap this up because I'm sure I'm going to have to go to the bathroom here soon. And I have to clean up all the stuff around me. So I am so grateful that you want to listen to me talk because I love talking to you. This is also a great way to tell your story to 1,000 people at once. And I don't mean like 1,000 people at once, but like if my 3 sisters call me to see how I'm doing, and my 2 best friends call me to see how I'm doing, and my aunt calls me to see how I'm doing, that's like 5 people I have to tell the same story to. I'll just vlog it and you guys can all just watch and listen and find out how it's going. So my summer plans are up in the air. My doctor appointments are a little bit up in the air. I don't know. So we'll see. I hope everyone has a beautiful Memorial Day weekend. I know you guys had, because you'll see this on Tuesday. I hope you had a beautiful Memorial Day weekend, and I hope that everyone just remembers all of those who gave their lives for us to have all the freedoms to fight with each other over the little petty stuff. Hey, whatever it is, I love you. And as always, you guys take care. God bless. And see you next time. Bye. We didn't do the cheesy thumbnail. Hold on, cheesy thumbnail. Early bird. That was me this morning. Bye. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to jump on here like after I ended that vlog and said goodbye to tell you that I ended the vlog. I started to get myself up to come out here, and I got off the bed and I hurt myself a little bit, but then as soon as I sat up, I had to go to the bathroom, and it took 0 to 60, and I had an accident right there in the bedroom. I don't need, you guys don't need to TMI like my accidents and stuff, but I just felt like it was so weird that I was just talking about that, and then it happened. And I did mention it to my doctor. She told me the systems ended, and if the systems persist or come back, to let her know. So I will let her know. I just wanted to jump on here and tell you because I thought it was so weird that I was just talking to you about it, and then it just happened. Jim wasn't quite home yet from the grocery store, and he was just coming home as like I was done and started to clean up a little bit. So I just wanted to fill you in on that. I thought it was an interesting piece of information considering what we just talked about. Okay, bye.